It's beer o'clock on Real Low Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Bålsta Bryggeri, and it's a bottle of their Eklöws Extreme Double India Pale Ale, coming in at 8.5% ABV. Orange bottle cap on this one. Lovely 330 bottle. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice smoke on the opening. Now this beer was kindly sent to me from Bålsta Bryggeri. If you remember rightly, just a month ago I reviewed their bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout, and I was talking about in the review that this is the last time that you'll see this brewery's beers, because System Bole are just, something's going on in September. Tomorrow they're taking a lot of the beers off the shelf from breweries in Sweden. It's some kind of system change, it's some kind of weird government suppressing thing that's going on, and that they wouldn't take any of their beers. I believe since then they agreed to take at least one of their beers at one local store, so you will still be able to get Bålsta beer, but I mean it's going to be very difficult for you if you live in one end of Sweden and they sell it in the other end of Sweden just in one store. So yeah, so thank you to Bålsta for sending me the beer. I thought the last one was the last beer I'd ever tried from this brewery, but they were kind enough to send me, so we got a double IPA from them. It looks very, very nice in the glass, loads of lovely carbonation. It's got a 1 to 2 finger, slightly off-white head, loads of carbonation roaring away in the glass. And I like this glass. It looks very much like a normal half-pint tumbler, but it's not. It kind of goes up on an angle, and then it kind of drifts out on the side. It's certainly been designed for the beer drinker. Very, very nicely done. It's cloudy, as you would expect from a beer that's... A lot of these beers are unfiltered. You're not expecting it to be crystal clear, or I don't anyway, certainly not from a double IPA. Let's get the aroma. And wow, wow, wow. Boom! Yes, this does exactly what it says on the bottle. It's an extreme American style double IPA. Loads of mango, loads of grapefruit. It's quite tart. Lemony, citrusy. Enough of the talking, let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, blimey. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. This has more hops per 330 bottle than I think I've ever drank in my life. But then again, no, I can't say that, because it's not too... It's saying extreme. The bitterness is rampant. It's really full on the back end. But I'm going to say it's about 75 to 80 IBUs. It's not going off the 100 scale, which some beers do, and they're very, 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 very bitter when they do, and they're almost undrinkable. This beer is drinkable. You get a lot of toffee up front. It's a small amount of toffee, but it's enough to give the beer balance, because it quickly follows over to an onrush of American hops. There's mango, there's pine needles galore. It's citrusy, it's grapefruity, it's lemony, it's lime. It's lemon peel that really, if you were to dig your teeth into lemon peel, it's that strong. It's that full on. But there's a nice level of carbonation, and that carbonation lifts the beer. It's very heavy, it's very thick, it's very gloopy. It's certainly a sipping IPA. It's not an IPA you would drink if you really wanted to refresh yourself. This is a beer to be enjoyed over a period of an hour, even though it's in at 3:30, and it's kind of easy to kind of drink it quickly. It's more, for me anyway, I'd like to sit down with this beer and really concentrate on the flavours. It's way too much. There's way too many flavours in this beer to even consider trying to squeeze it into a 6-minute review. So, very complex, lovely carbonation that lifts the beer, but it's very heavy, it's very dense. It's a big, thick palate sticking beer, which I like. I like that. Gives you slippery lips. I know this is almost sounding perverse now, but it kind of just stays, and because it stays on the palate, because it stays on the, it kind of just sits on your palate, this beer, the actual bitterness, the flavours on the back end are immense. They are immense flavours. They're big, full-on, punching, fruity, grapefruity, big bitterness. The bitterness on the back end is very, very high. I'm going to say it's between 75 and 80 IBU. I've already mentioned this. I wanted to mention it again. But generally, I think they pulled it out of the bag. I think this is a great double IPA. Bålsta Bryggeri Eklöws Extreme. Or in English, Extreme. Thank you to Bålsta Bryggeri for sending the beer. I hope to see more of their beer. Well, I will see one more of their beers at least. I got an Imperial Stout in the fridge sent by them, so that'll be coming soon. But I hope that they're a brewery that will continue to grow. I hope that we one day see their beers in the UK and of course America and Europe. They make some great beers. All the best with the future, really, with what's going on with System Bole. It's sad, really, to think that they're producing such fantastic beers and they're struggling to get them into stores. I think I mean, it's like the old saying goes, cream always rises to the top. But System Bole are not letting that cream rise to the top. They almost put a filter underneath it to stop it rising, which is bad, because you always get your green bottled lagers creeping up the side past that cream. What's the old saying? The cream always rises to the top, but some turds don't sink. Rating them for Bålsta Bryggeri Eklöws Extreme Double IPA. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I love the toffiness on the taste. The initial toffee biscuity flavour is great. It's only very small, it's very simple, because the onrush of hops just flies on the back end, and it's a monumental bitter sensation. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers!